That guy's loaded.
Excuse me, sir. Would you mind stepping away from the vault? Only Crumbsford Capital account holders are allowed in. Hello and welcome to Crumbsford Capital. What can I do for you today?
I'm a Voodoo private investigator. I was hoping to speak with Mr. Crumbsford.
Oh dear, that sounds very serious. Mr. Crumbsford's office is right over there. I'm sure he'd be happy to help.
Thanks. See you.
You don't smell like a man of business.
Nice place you got here, Mac. Though I prefer something a little more modest, like the Chrysler Building.
Who are you, and what do you want?
The name's Voodoo Detective. I'm a Voodoo private investigator.
Ah, yes. I know who you are. You're Donut Hole Billy's brother. If you care for him, you should advise him to sell me his pathetic excuse for a business.
I'm looking into what happened to Mary Fontoul.
What do you mean? What's happened to her?
Someone's wiped her memory. Dame's got the recall of a senile goldfish swimming in a martini.
So, Victor hired a private investigator to figure out why his wife finds him so forgettable. I could have sniffed that out for him.
Actually, Mary's the one who hired me. I was hoping you could answer some questions.
I see. Very well, Detective. I'll hear your questions, but make it quick.
I've got some questions about the Fontouls. What can you tell me about Mary Fontoul?
I don't know her very well. Our brief interactions are entirely a consequence of my business dealings with her dreadful husband. She always seems like a nice enough woman, which raises the question. What is she doing married to that cretin?
Do you know why anyone would want to hurt Mary?
Mary? No. However, it isn't terribly difficult to invent reasons to harm her husband. Perhaps someone's gone after the goose to get the gander. Of course, now we're building pyramids of surmise on a foundation of ignorance.
What do you have against Victor Fontoul? He seems like a decent man.
He's an abysmal human being, a cold brain divorced from any heart. You've known him only briefly. I've been working with the man for years. Give it time. You may see things my way.
I've got other questions. Have you ever seen this pendant before?
I have not, though I would gladly have it appraised. It may be of some value. Come to think of it, that pendant does look familiar. I can't place it, though.
Smell you later, big guy. I see a white candle and I want it painted black. This black candle should work. Here's my lemon zest. I think this qualifies as lodestone. I think that's it. The owner-honer mixture is ready to use. Looks like the spell worked. I can feel the pendant pulling me somewhere.
Let's see, 6 foot, 42 long, but still breathing. What is it that you want?
The name's Voodoo Detective. I'm a Voodoo private investigator.
My name is Eartha. I am the mistress of these hallowed grounds.
Good chat. I'll be seeing you, Eartha.
Folks always do, sooner or later.
The pendant is pointing at this old mausoleum. The plaque says, Lamoon family. It's locked. There are fresh footprints leading inside. Someone must have been here recently.
What is it that you want?
Can you let me into the Lamoon mausoleum?
I am a grave digger, not a crypt keeper. I don't have a key.
Well, who's got it then?
Try Gordon Crumsford. He owns this cemetery. I merely fill it with corpses.
I saw footprints leading into the Lamoon mausoleum. Have you seen anyone going in or out of there?
Perhaps I did. Perhaps I didn't. My mind's a little misty.
All right, Eartha. What's it gonna take?
Very little interests me beyond tending to the dearly departed, but I have had my eye on one of those new island brand shovels. Bring one to me, and it may resurrect my memories.
Good chat. I'll be seeing you, Eartha.
Folks always do, sooner or later.
What is it now? I'm a very busy man, Detective.
Does the name Lamoon mean anything to you?
Yes. I knew the Lamoons.
Then make like a clumsy barista and spill the beans.
They were a family of 3. The father, Francois, the daughter, Genevieve, and the mother, Esmeralda Lamoon. May she rest in peace. They owned a local gumbo restaurant that was acquired by Island Ventures. Thus, I knew them through my business dealings with Victor.
What do you know about Genevieve Lamoon?
She was a child. What more is there to say? Just another seed that never had the opportunity to sprout.
What do you know about Francois Lamoon?
Personally, I found Francois to be a noisome bore, a crude man with a primitive mind. How he managed to win a treasure as pure and wonderful as Esmeralda, I'll never comprehend.
What about Esmeralda Lamoon?
My dear Esmeralda, a bouquet of a woman. Her smile was serene, her heart was kind, her temperament mild, and her cooking Cooking was an intimation of divinity. I won't lie, Detective. I loved Esmeralda. Always from afar, but I loved her.
You make it sound like the Lamoons are all dead.
Esmeralda and Genevieve are dead, yes. According to the papers, they drowned. But we don't know what happened to Francois.
According to the papers, I take it you have your own theory?
Well, you already know Victor acquired the Lamoon family restaurant to help launch Island Kitchen, yes? What you might not be aware of is how the Lamoons were compensated. Overcompensated, in fact. Victor made no effort to conceal that he was grossly displeased with the situation. Over time, the man's mind seemed to fray. He became distant and cold in the presence of the Lamoon family. That is, until they were no longer around.
So you think Victor killed the Lamoons? What, to get back control of the company?
Well, yes, control, but it was also about money. With the Lamoons out of the picture, Victor became a much wealthier man. You may well ask if money was motive enough for murder. I would argue that men have killed for less. And if you knew Victor as I know him, well, you'd have a much shorter list of suspects.
I've got other questions. I heard it through the grapevine that you own the cemetery.
Indeed I do. Death and taxes. I can't collect the latter. I can certainly profit from the former.
Can you let me into a specific mausoleum?
I'm afraid not. Only the families of the interred are allowed keys to their mausoleums. It's entirely up to them what they do with their dead.
That's enough for now. I may come back later.
Hello again, Detective. Any news about Mary?
Does the name Lamoon ring any bells?
Well, yes, I knew the Lamoon family well.
All right, you better spill.
What does this have to do with the case?
The pendant Mary was given belonged to one of the Lamoons.
Good Lord. The Lamoons owned a local gumbo restaurant that we acquired in exchange for a substantial stake in Island Kitchen. Gordon and I worked closely with Francois and Esmeralda to integrate their recipes into our menu. It was an exciting but difficult time.
How so?
Exciting because the Lamoon recipes drove a new wave of popularity for Island Kitchen. Difficult because Gordon had become infatuated with Francois's wife, Esmeralda. It made for rather awkward business meetings.
So what happened then?
Well, about a year after the acquisition, Esmeralda and her daughter, Genevieve, washed up on the beach, having drowned. Such an appalling tragedy.
So what? Mother and daughter forgot how to doggy paddle?
Well, yes. The official police report deemed it a swimming accident.
Why do you think someone would want Mary to have a pendant from the Lamoon family?
That, Detective, is the one question I truly have no answer for. What in the world has the tragic Lamoon family tale to do with my Mary? If you figure that out, please let me know.
What happened to Francois?
As you know, Esmeralda and Genevieve died. As far as I'm aware, Francois went missing around the same time. He wasn't present for the official inquest into his family's demise.
So you're saying he could still be out there?
It's possible he's still alive, yes. But if he was with his family when they drowned, it's more likely his body was simply never recovered.
You don't sound like you buy the official story. Let's hear your version.
I don't like to speculate without proof.
Humor me. I won't quote you.
Well, despite my personal difficulties working with Gordon, I hate to cast aspersions on the fellow out of hand. It's just that he always carried a torch for Esmeralda Lamoon. And as I said, it made for rather awkward business meetings. Things only seemed to grow worse over time. In my view, it made him unstable.
What exactly are you saying here, Mr. Fontoul? You think Gordon killed Esmeralda and Genevieve?
Oh, no. That seems extreme.
And yet here we are. I asked you what you think really happened, and you tell me how crazy your business partner can get. What's a detective to think?
Perhaps I shouldn't have said anything. Saying it out loud, it seems far-fetched. Forget I mentioned it.
Gordon had some interesting things to say about the Lamoons.
Oh? Like what?
Well, for one thing, he suggested you weren't too pleased with how much of Island Kitchen the Lamoons controlled. He seemed to think it might have been enough to constitute motive. What do you think, Mr. Fontoul?
Why, that's ridiculous. The Lamoon's influence was integral to nurturing our nascent enterprise into what you see today. I never harbored anything but goodwill towards the Lamoons. And I'd certainly never hurt, let alone kill anyone. Gordon is way out of line.
That's enough about the Lamoon family for now. That's all for now.
Godspeed, Detective.
Welcome to Island Trader, an authorized dealer of Island brand products.
I was told you guys sell a very special shovel here.
You must be referring to the upcoming release of our new line of island shovels.
That sounds about right. I'd like one.
You and me both. They're not out yet.
What do I have to do to get one early?
You'd have to get approval from my boss, Mr. Fontoul. Good luck with that, though. He's pretty strict about new product releases.
I'm just gonna look around.
Go right ahead, sir.
Hello again, Detective. Any news about Mary?
The Island Trader shopkeep told me I needed your approval to buy the new Island brand shovel.
Ah, yes. I'm very excited about that one. However, as a rule, I prefer to confine our new product releases to a specific date. Is there a good reason you need the shovel right now?
It has to do with your wife's investigation.
It does? Well, then why didn't you say so? If you think a new shovel could help bring my Mary back to me, then of course you may have one. I'll have the shopman set one aside for you.
Thanks, Vic. That's all for now.
Godspeed, Detective.
Welcome to Island Trader. Local goods at local prices.
I believe you have a shovel for me.
Ah, you must be Mr. Detective. I've got your shovel right here.
I'll take it.
A trade's a trade, and our trade is your happiness.
Here you go, Eartha. If anyone asks, you didn't get it from me.
Oh, this is excellent, my darling. I'll be the talk of the tombs. It has the logo and everything.
You just wanted the sticker?
Yes.
Right. Well, maybe now you can tell me who was snooping around the Lamoon Mausoleum.
It was that lousy little lawyer. Something about that guy gives me the creeps.
You mean Lawton?
Yes, spooky fellow.
I saw footprints leading into the Lamoon.
It was that lousy little lawyer.
You mean Lawton?
Yeah.
Good chat. I'll be seeing you, Eartha.
Folks always do, sooner or later.
Mr. Lawton?
If you've come for legal services, I'm afraid I can't take on any more clients at the moment.
Actually, my name is Voodoo Detective. I'm a Voodoo private investigator. Got some questions I was hoping you could answer pro bono.
Absolutely not. I have to finish preparations for an important, affair this evening. Can't you see how busy I am? Oh, how perfectly inconsiderate. I ought to hold you in contempt. You're just like my wife, Kiki, and her little puppets. Well, I'm not a puppet. I'm a man!
I've got a surprise witness, counselor. Eartha the Gravedigger saw you visit the Lamoon Mausoleum.
That is a bold accusation. I think you should leave.
So, we're going to do this the hard way, huh?
I don't like you.
Well, I bet with a little leverage, I could pry my way into your heart. Be seeing you.
I certainly hope not.
Managed to get the grill off, but my screwdriver broke. Cheap Island brand garbage. If I could fit in there, I'd have front row seats to the counselor's crooked cabaret. But I either need to shrink or find someone a little more petite to help me out. I think it's time to pay a visit to my client.
Hello there, handsome. Looking for someone?
Not anymore.
Oh, it's like that, is it?
You wouldn't happen to know anyone named Kiki Lawton, would you?
As a matter of fact, I do. Better hold on to your hat. 'Cause she's the devilish darling you're gabbing with, Mr.
Detective. Voodoo detective. Pleased to meet you, Mrs. Lawton.
The pleasure's all mine, Detective. And you can call me Kiki.
Dining alone?
Why do you ask? Looking for a date?
Maybe I am.
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint. I'm expecting company, and my brand of entertainment is best suited for an audience of one.
Are you staying at the hotel?
I certainly am. I find it a welcome respite. Domestic life can be so drab. Wouldn't you agree?
I wouldn't know.
Count your blessings.
Does the name Lamoon mean anything to you?
Lamoon? No, I've never heard the name. Why, who is that?
I found out your husband was padding around the Lamoon mausoleum. Left his footprints all over my case. Care to comment?
And here I am, thinking he can't leave the office because of work. Did you ask him about it?
Well, I've tried, but he keeps giving me the old 86.
I'd act surprised, but I know how single-minded and selfish he can be. He has the gall to accuse me of neglecting him while he goes gallivanting about town, telling me he's at the office. Apparently, I need to be a corpse for him to pay me a visit. The liar. Frankly, I think my workaholic husband has been cheating.
You don't say.
You want information on the Lamoons, yes? If Theodore was at their mausoleum, they may have been clients of his. And it just so happens I have access to all of his files.
Let me guess. I scratch your back, you scratch mine? Sound about right?
Bring me evidence of my husband's late-night cheating, and I'll give you all the access you want to his files. I'm staying in the honeymoon suite. Here's my room key, in case there's anything you'd like to report. Now, if you wouldn't mind, darling, I'm expecting company.
Good day, sir. What can I do for you?
I'm just passing through.
Good day, sir. Checking in?
I'm looking for a woman staying here named Mary Fontoul.
One moment. Yes. We do have a Mary Fontoul staying with us. She checked in the other day. A shorter woman with brown hair and brown eyes. Came here alone, paid cash. She's staying in room 203. I believe she's in there now. But you need a room key to get upstairs. The Chic Shell Hotel takes our guests' privacy very seriously.
I've got a room key right here.
Ah, excellent. Mrs. Fontoul's room is on the second floor. You can use the elevator across the lobby.
See you.
Good day, sir. Going up?
Yep.
Great. I'll just need to see a room key before I can take you upstairs.
Here's that room key you demanded.
Fantastic. Step right in.
Who is it?
Santa Claus, open up.
The North Pole's up another floor. But I guess you can come in anyhow. I'd been hoping you'd show up. What have you got for me?
I've been looking into that pendant. Does the name Lamoon ring any bells?
None that I can hear. Why?
The trail goes cold at the Lamoon family mausoleum.
Well, what does that mean?
It means I get to use the word exhume in a sentence. Get this. Gordon Crumsford owns the cemetery.
You think that's relevant to my case? Or are we just gossiping now?
I can't say for sure. I thought it was interesting. I think I've got a lead.
Oh, good. What did you find out?
Looks like Theo Lawton, the local ambulance chaser, has been poking around the Lamoon mausoleum.
Do you think he has something to do with my case?
I don't know, but he's awfully tight-lipped for a man with nothing to hide. I just need to find a way to get this lawbird to squawk.
Please, let me know if I can help.
How'd you like to get some fresh air?
I get the feeling you're not inviting me for an evening stroll.
I could use your help getting information from Lawton, but it might be dangerous.
I'm in.
You haven't even heard what the job is.
I want to help. This is my case, after all. So, what are we going to do? Kill a chicken on his grandmother's grave? Slip a mojo in his coffee? Ooh, curse a crocodile and take its teeth?
We're gonna take pictures of him cheating on his wife.
Voodoo pictures?
It's not that kind of job, sweetheart.
You know, so far, you haven't really lived up to your name. Oh well, an excuse to escape this claustrophobic hotel room. I can't stand being confined to close quarters. What do you need?
I need you to climb into a ventilation shaft.
My, what a glamorous profession you have. So when are we doing this?
Meet me on the roof of Lawton's law office at sundown. And you might want to wear pants.
Keep the fashion tips to yourself, Trenchcoat. I'll be there. This is kind of exciting. I've never been on a stakeout.
How would you know if you had?
I suppose you're right. I could have been a spy before all this. I wonder how many sunsets have been stolen from me.
Don't worry, kid. We'll get whoever's responsible.
Right. Well, I've got the camera. I'm gonna see what I can see.
I think we ought to wait a little.
Grab my legs, Voodoo.
Wait, hold on. Kid's got more backbone than an anaconda.
I've got you this time, husband. Full house.
Oh dear, you do make a compelling case. Hey, what's that behind you?
Where? I don't see anything.
I thought I saw your mother. Sorry, sweetie, it must have been my imagination.
You're not getting out of this that easily. Now, show me your hand.
Royal flush.
You've got to be kidding me.
Better luck next time, sweetheart.
Well, how'd it go?
He's a cheater, all right. Here, I think I got what we need.
You did good, Voodoo Dollface.
Did you expect any less?
I'll go get these developed at Island Trader.
Let me know how this all turns out. I'm headed back to the hotel. This was fun.